Hello and welcome back to our Final Fantasy X HD Platinum walkthrough. We've left Luca far behind. Well, it's just at the bottom of those stairs. It's not that far behind. We're now on Mihen Highroad. Now everybody on this road has some items of some sort. You know, it's mostly potions and ethers and useless stuff. Useless stuff. You know, just healing items, so I'm not going to go too into it. As you can see, at save spheres we can now play Blitzball. I'm not going to be playing Blitzball for a while. But we can also now scout players. And I will be scouting one player along the high road. So I'll show you when we meet him. I took a detour off to the right there. Obviously I thought there was a treasure chest, but there is no treasure chest there. So, you know, antidotes, whatevs.
This is a statue.
Now this fine fellow.
What? 8 centuries ago, he founded a
This is a historian.
Today
We'll see him
in just a few short years
throughout the game. Like he keeps showing up to explain what places are. He knows all about Spirit. So if you're interested in the lore, make sure you talk to him when you see him. Because some of the stuff he says is quite interesting. I hear he's giving you the history of the Crusaders.
And his legion became an arm.
And Lord Mihen. And so on.
It was then that Yavin gave them the name Crusaders.
So that's nice. Isn't that nice? But he does tend to go on a bit. Which we'll notice. So this guy will give us some items. A hunter's spear. I'm pretty sure it only has piercing and sensor. So it's not a useful spear for Kimahri. But let's take a look, I could be wrong. Oh, it has strength plus 10%. Sheet, that's really good. Make sure you get that. Now.
Huh, that one looks slow.
Here we are introduced to enemies that require piercing to hurt. Now, the game is all like, let Orin beat these guys.
I can take it.
Orin's the best. Kimahri can do
What the?
with these guys just as well as Orin can. He also has a piercing effect on almost all of his weapons. But yeah, it bypasses physical defense, I think is how it works. I'm not quite sure how piercing works, but some enemies require a piercing weapon to do decent physical damage. Some bosses do as well. You'll generally know the enemies by looking at them, and if it's a boss, I will tell you when we get there. Don't you worry. So now I'm just moving along the old sphere grid. New problems here. Yeah, we already talked to her further down the road. She followed us up. Well, here's another battle. Now this is a dual horn. These are quite dangerous enemies. They can actually... There's a good chance they'll kill 1 or 2 of your characters. They have a very strong attack. I think it's called Gore. It does about 800 damage, I think. They don't have any particular weakness that I'm aware of, but if you lance at them, Kimahri learns Fire Breath, a useless overdrive that does fire damage. So that's nice. Yeah, they don't have any elemental weakness or anything. But they are not incredibly common. There's Gore. You see that did a lot of damage to Lulu. Yeah, they're not too common on the high road, so don't worry about it. You can always run away if you feel the need. They are susceptible to dark, which will help. And you may get an idea of my battle style, which is to use everybody in every battle to ensure a fair split of AP. You should do the same. It is a little time consuming, but it's worth it. Later on in the game, there's nothing to stop you from just picking 3 characters and focusing on them. But you'll want to at least clear everybody's sphere grid, their own personal area of the sphere grid at least once.
I'm on a roll.
There you go. That's a dual horn. I will be showing you every enemy on the high road along the way. Don't you worry. So that's Waka taken care of. Now for Orin, I'm going to use the Strength Sphere that we won in the Blitzball tournament. So that's going to give him Strength +4. You could also give this to Tidus. They're both good choices. You give it to Tidus, he will be overkilling his enemies, you know, the fast ones, for quite a while. But I give it to Orin because he's the heavy hitter anyway.
Do you know
And once you
what
cast
those
haste on him,
ruins are
you can
from?
do whatever you want. You don't need Tidus there.
Some old city?
Zoop, gone.
Correct.
Do the big
City
damage with Orin.
most
Why not?
ancient. A
Really, you're only
terrible
going to be worried about it in
testament
boss
to
fights.
sin's power. I tremble every time I see them.
So our friend, I think his name is Macon,
Compared to sin, humans are mere
this
mud
historian.
puppies.
He may have just
But
said
I
it and I
believe
missed it.
humans are the only ones capable
anyway.
of defeating sin.
Una believes humans are the only
I'm
ones
relieved
capable of
to
beating
hear
sin
you say
because
that,
she's a
Lady
racist.
Summoner.
Traveling with a Ronso.
Where
That means
are
nothing
my
to her.
manners? I am
Yeah,
Macon,
Macon,
a
a
scholar,
scholar.
at your service, milady. I am on a journey,
A man of many
studying
words.
the history of our
Pointy-
world,
He's St. Patrick.
seeking its
Traveling-
stories and
traveling the land.
secrets. My travels have
Explaining
taken me to
things.
many
That's
places,
okay.
and I am
That's no
troubled
problem.
by what I have seen.
He is an interesting fellow.
Fragile
I'm
smiles
talking
on
over him
people's
because I talk over
faces,
everything.
crumbling at the
But
mere
when you're
mention
playing
of
yourself, be
sin.
sure to listen.
They are counting on you, milady.
Ooh.
Give them a reason to rejoice once more.
I will.
So that's that. Go around the back of this building. There's a treasure chest, I think. I thought there was. There it is! What's in there? An ice brand. That is a sword that does ice damage. And it's no use here. Well, that's not true. Bombs, which will encounter on the road, are weak to ice. But for the most part, don't worry about it. Most, like, that guy's weak against fire and water. The evil eye, or floating eye, as this one is weak against lightning, and I think I'm gonna call it a bunyip, but I don't think it is a bunyip. But enemies of that type are called bunyips. There is a bunyip that looks like that. Maybe it is a bunyip. I need to squint at the screen and see what it says. Oh, I missed it. I think his name starts with a B anyway. It doesn't matter. That rocky looking lizard thing, I don't think has any elemental weakness. That's all I was saying. So Kamari is once again branching off downwards. That's extractability, I think we just got there. Scan. Scan is a white magic, which is common to Final Fantasy games. And basically, if you have sensor on any of your weapons, you won't need to use scan. It's just a way of seeing
Lady Summoner,
enemies'
I
weaknesses and health and stuff.
Yes, I am Yuna.
So here we meet the
I am
Chocobo
Lucille,
Knights, or
Captain
Chocobo
of
Knights.
the Jose Chocobo
I don't like
Knights.
pronounce it.
And I'm Elma. We've been charged to
So
guard
these
the
three,
Highroad.
well, we'll meet them a couple more
There
times
have been
along this
reports
road.
of a large fiend appearing in
And
this
then we
area
won't see
with
much
a
more
taste
than
for
after that.
chocobos. Do take care, Summoner Yuna.
But if you
are to
play
rent
Final
any
Fantasy
chocobos.
14 or Final Fantasy 11,
Thank you. We
you
will
could
be careful.
be a knight and ride around on a
Good.
Chocobo, like a
We should
Chocobo
get
Knight.
back to our rounds.
If you want to
Farewell.
fulfill those fantasies,
Our
it's only
prayers
a
are with you.
€15 a month subscription away. I've
A
considered
large
it
fiend.
myself,
Hmm.
but can't justify
Let's
the
go get
subscription fee.
Why?
It's
But
the right
that's
thing
an
to do.
argument for another day.
It's the right thing to do.
So now we're deciding to go and beat up the monsters beating Chocobos, and we will
What
do
they say
that.
now?
Don't you worry.
Jekt said
It's
that
quite a
lot,
while
too.
away yet. This is a long
And
road.
every time he said
Let
it,
me put it that way.
it meant trouble for
Let
Braska
me
and me.
put it that way, so you understand me. Ooh. So, I'm just checking some overdrives here. We want Veilfor to have an overdrive. This is very important for an upcoming battle. So, you know, run around, do what you gotta do. Here's a bomb. You can use Lancet on bombs.
I'll show you what I can do.
You're ahead.
And Kimari will get yet another overdrive. Self-destruct. In which he will actually blow himself up and die. And do damage that's related to his maximum HP. But I'm not sure what the relationship is. It can be quite damaging. And it does kill Kimari, so it's up to you. I think it kills him so hard that he's out of the battle, like you can't revive him. I'm not sure on that because I rarely use it. But pick it up anyway. I think there's a
Back in the
trophy for
fray.
getting all of his overdrives, so you'll need it. So bombs function as they always have in Final Fantasy. If you attack them 3 times, they will self-destruct. So you gotta kill them in 3 attacks.
Now.
Or be prepared to take about 1,000 damage from their explosion. I think that's how it works. I think they target a single character and this and do big damage. But they're weak to ice because they are made of fire. And you can use Null Blaze if you want. I was just doing it to give Yuna something to do. Without Null Blaze, if the bomb were to cast fire, it would hit the Null Blaze and dissipate it without doing any damage to the person protected by the shield. So here he's casting fire, immune, but Null Blaze disappears. Enough. So that ends the fight.
No time to waste. Let's go.
Easy, don't mess with orange. There's a lot of damage. So that was just to show you the bomb. We'll do up the sphere grid. Do up the sphere grid a little bit. That's okay. Yeah. So, you know, make sure you keep your equipment up to date. Sometimes I forget. Yuna will move her along, get her more health, which of course affects her Aeons, which is good. So now, like I said, let's get Belfour's overdrive up. That done, I skipped it with the power of video editing. Head over into this little alcove on the right. Speak to this lady here.
Ah, a summoner party.
She has a very similar voice
You
to
too
Donna.
are a summoner?
But
My
she's
name
not
is
Donna in a
Belgamine.
disguise.
You are?
No, she's
My name is
Belgamine. Not Belgamine,
The
as you may
High
think,
Summoner's
if
daughter.
you speak English.
I've heard
But
much
no,
of you.
Belgamine.
But you are still fresh on the road, are you?
I'm shaking my head. You can't
Yes,
see that, but maybe
I
you can
am.
hear the microphone if I
I
move
might
fast
have
enough.
a few things to teach
I don't know.
you.
So this is
Let's
a
see
summoner,
which are stronger.
and she
My Aeons or
has
yours?
summon fights with you.
A one-on-one match.
So since I haven't actually used
Death,
Ifrit
of
yet,
course.
you probably
What do you
have
say?
if you've unlocked him. She will use him, and you'll see him
do my
for the
best.
first time in this series
Good.
being used by someone
Before we
else.
begin, your Aeons have been healed.
So
You
she'll
can
actually
fight
heal
with
you
your
up.
full strength.
Like you can go, well, she'll heal your Aeon. So you can train Belfour right beside her. You don't need to go back to the save sphere. And, although I just because I like walking back and forth, and grinding, and being boring. So here is Ifrit, Fire Aeon. You can see he's like a bear with horns. It's pretty cool. He is piss easy in this
Show
fight.
me how strong of a link you forge.
As long as you have an
with
overdrive.
Aeons.
I've never lost him. I'm not sure how you actually could lose him. But as you see, we have Belfour's full overdrive. You could probably come in with less than full overdrive and get it in time to kill him. I won't worry about it. Aight? So you see, you can cast Blizzard on him, which I would do, because he's weak to ice, because he's an Aeon. Aeons are immune to sensors, so you can never see their weaknesses, but you'll know their weaknesses. Cast Blizzard again, he'll just run up and hit you. You're doing okay amount of damage. You can only take 8 hits and then you're dead. So let's explain shield and boost. You use boost, you get extra overdrive, you take more damage. You use shield, you get no overdrive, but you take less damage from the next attack. Lasts for 1 turn. So if it uses Meteor Strike, which is a powerful fire attack, and what you want to do is use shield, and you'll take piss damage from it, which is nice. Ifrit is kind enough to alternate between them in a very predictable pattern. So you can attack on turns when he'll only attack, Even bang them turns like hello, bang. But since I don't know how much health he has, let's just finish the battle with an overdrive. That'll be a protracted fight. So I did 3,000 damage with that overdrive now. That's not to be sniffed at. I think Gifford probably only has about 3,000 damage. I can't find any accurate figures anywhere. But it's not really a boss either. So I wouldn't worry about it. Aye. Now if you win,
Not bad for
you
one
get
so
an Echo
young.
Ring.
I underestimated
Which
Take this. You've earned it.
is as good as the Seeker's Ring that we got in Besaid. Plus it has Silence
You
Ward.
show promise.
So Yuna is less likely
With
to be
more
silenced.
training, you could defeat sin.
So she can keep
Thank
casting
you.
spells all the
But
longer.
I think you might defeat
If you
Sin
lose, you get a
before I
Seeker's
am able
Ring,
to.
which we already have.
I
So I suppose you
cannot.
could sell it if you wanted to.
Or should I say, I was not
So?
able to.
Now we
Human.
find out that
Farewell,
Belgamine
Yuna.
is a
We'll meet again.
ghost, but that doesn't matter. See ya.